If you ever got insurance, it really doesn't matter what kind of insurance you have. First off, insurance companies are betting that you'll never need them. You get insurance and you're betting that you will need them, thus you're paying the premiums and all that other kind of stuff. But there's always that fine print that you have to look out for, because sometimes you might not get exactly what you're expecting in the time that you need it the most. Hi, welcome to the Renovation Nation. Hey, I'm Howard, your renovation guru. Thank you for joining me in this week's episode of the Renovation Nation. I went to a home show, and they've got various things, from whole house fans to security systems. And this one company that I went and saw is a company called Statewide Restoration. They do a lot of regular home renovations and everything, but they also deal a lot with insurance companies. And I talked to these two gals that were there working there, and I interviewed them about what it is that they do and maybe any sort of anecdotal stories. So here's on the scene. Listen to this interview. Hey, so I happened to go into a home show here. I'm on site, and there's a few vendors on there. Of course, piques my interest and may pique yours in regards to what they can offer for home renovations or updates, upgrading, stuff like that. And I happened to come across a company called Statewide Restoration. They do restoration services, they do construction, insurance work. They have a lot of the stuff they do in-house. And it just kind of piqued my interest. Where maybe you want to do some home renovation in your home, or maybe you have to. What about talking to a company that just does everything? Maybe you had a fire in your house and you're getting insurance money. What a better opportunity at that point to do some upgrades to your home. And this is kind of a company that will do that for you. So let's go talk to them right now.
Hello.
Hi. So it's Lana, right there.
And I'm Alex.
And Alex, and you guys are with Statewide.
Yes, we are.
Tell me kind of if you have any anecdotal stories, maybe of some projects that you've done that, might pique interest in people. Like, let's start off with something like a fire restoration, and because I know that's a real devastating thing for a family to go through.
It is, and partially like the way I feel working for Statewide, that we are helping people to overcome, all of this huge tragedy that happened to them. Like a lot of times they lose pets, sometimes, like loved ones or anything. It's just like such a tragic moment that I'm happy that our company can be there for them and, kind of hold their hand throughout the whole process and help them not only like rebuild it, but actually make it the way they like it. I do design, so I'm there for, for them, literally the whole day, picking out all of the finishes and trying to come up with a house that's going to be their home, and putting everything in there that I actually really enjoy, and that's their style, and that's what they actually going to like. We did a lot of homes in Santa Rosa and Paradise, and that was like the wildfire.
Up in Paradise where the big fires were, and then Santa Rosa, they had.
Yes, so we did a lot of them, and we actually have some videos of that, and they're great. It's something that was actually built from ground up, and great stories. Like every time I would meet with client, and it's just hear how they, where they were at that moment and what they lived through. Just that experience is like literally, it's very heartbreaking. But at the same time, I feel like we're little superheroes.
Yeah. Right.
Help
right.
out.
So if somebody goes through something like that, and they end up getting a claim for their insurance, and insurance is ready to write a check to maybe, I don't know if they pay off the mortgage or whatever, and then they get the net difference. However that works, they don't necessarily have to have the home built exactly the way it was. Now there may be some restrictions as far as footprint and that kind of stuff, depending on the layout. But if they want to redesign their home, maybe add to it, even add a second story if need be, there's an opportunity where they can turn lemons into lemonade.
Yes, exactly.
Right?
Absolutely.
Okay. And what about those that maybe don't go through that, but maybe they're looking for a general contractor, maybe to do some upgrades to their home, or maybe they want to buy a fixer property or whatever. You guys have done that kind of stuff.
Absolutely. So we are the one-stop shop.
One-stop shop?
For everything. So yes, we have the in-house interior designing, we have several project managers, and then we also have a program that we utilize called Builder Trend. So they're able to go in and see the status. They could log in at any time. It's an application on the phone to see where the project is currently at.
Is that like a program like Built or something like that? Or?
Yes, so it's an app, and
Yeah.
you just go in and it'll tell you welcome whoever it is, and then it'll show you like the layouts, everything is available within the app. If they have any questions or concerns, we're always available 24/7 as well.
Cool.
And it has schedule also, so
Yeah.
like they can see where their project is actually at. You know,
Okay.
It's in framing. You can see all the little parts. It's all there, so they can they don't even have to come out to the property, but they can still keep track of what's going on there.
Yep.
Now, we've been through this COVID thing and the supply chain and all of that kind of stuff. Where are we at with that now? I know some costs have increased and stuff, but how are we as far as supply chain and time to get permits and all that other kind of stuff? And this is in California specifically.
Yes, with permits nowadays, it's actually really good timing, depending on a county, as we know. But we actually have Ted, who's actually our permit guy. That's what I call him.
Yeah.
And he actually
On top of it.
He goes. He knows people in every single county, all the locations, and he gets on it, and we get it approved, as soon as we can. As to product, we actually work with great vendors that you do the kitchens from, like flooring and all of that. So
Right.
that actually, because we worked with them for so long, if we know that this is what clients selected, we let them know, and they let us know right away. The lead
Right.
time on that, and typically it's pretty fast. It's something that they already have in store or at their warehouses. So,
Right.
pretty easy to get hands on it. If it's something that needs to be special ordered, of course we let the client know that, hey, this kitchen, if it's custom kitchen, it might take 4 months. But we always keep client
Right.
informed to let them know what's the status of it.
And of course, when you're working with, I know, insurance companies, but also with lenders specifically, where they're looking at the draw process, the timing of the property, all that kind of stuff. It's kind of important for them to be, involved in all that.
Absolutely.
So, well, very good. Well, thank you so much for just taking this time and kind of going over what you guys do. Anyway, it's statewide, in case you guys want to know. Let me see. There's an address here.
Yes, and we're actually located in different states as well. We're in Denver, Colorado, Seattle, Portland, Kent, Washington, and also one office in San Jose, and we're in Fruit Ridge. in
Oh, okay.
Sacramento.
Okay,
These are all
very
the
good.
locations right
Here, we'll just kind of, we'll zoom in on that.
Well, thank
Very
you so
good.
much for
All
stopping
right.
by our
Well,
booth.
thank you. Okay.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm back. What'd you think? Hey, home insurance is very, very important. We've seen, obviously, the tragedies and big fires and stuff wiping out whole towns and everything, and they've been there, along with the help of FEMA and everything, to help build everything back. But you don't have to necessarily build it to exactly the way you want it. And this is where opportunities come up, especially with companies such as Statewide Restoration, where you're going to get a lump sum from the insurance company. But you might look at as a time to maybe include the cost to maybe make it better, to build it bigger, maybe to add an ADU or whatever. You can use those funds and not only get the money from the insurance company, but supplement it with a new renovation loan. So these are things to think about when something like that happens. You don't always have to build it exactly the way it was. Now, there are some stipulations. You might be in a historical home, for example, where there may be requirements to make it look exactly as it was. Or you might be in a house where there is a variance to the zone, where in order for you to build it back, it has to remain the same footprint or have the same style or both. You have to really check with the county or the local code authorities to really find that out. But generally speaking, yes, you can build it bigger, better, up to date, add rooms, give it more value than it was before. Anyway, I hope that you like this episode. Do me a favor, make sure to hit the like button, the notification bell, so when a new episode comes out, you'll get notified. Leave some comments on there of any subjects that you would like for me to cover, any questions that you might have. Also, hit the share button, so to share it with your friends. And most importantly, once you do that, have you and your friends subscribe. So thank you once again for joining me on this episode of the Renovation Nation. Bye.